Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's video has 3 points, and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to the key strategy in 2021 on Amazon KDP. So let's get into it. The subject that we're going to discuss today is how to publish a book on Kindle Direct Publishing 2021, on Amazon that is. And this is something that many authors are wondering about. You've got your book written and now you've reached the point where it's time to publish it. But should you publish it on Amazon? Maybe the gold rush on Amazon, the Kindle Amazon gold rush is over, and so maybe you should choose a different platform, or maybe you should go for traditional publishing. There's just a lot of choices that you need to make when it comes to publishing your book, and you need to be informed of what's currently going on Amazon KDP. And that is what we're going to discuss in today's video. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Hit the subscribe button if you find this video to be helpful, and you can help me get the word out to other authors just like yourself. And check out below in the description, and you can grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing checklist to make sure that you are not skipping any of the steps necessary to get your book self-published and selling. So let's get into it. On my own story, when I first got started, I published my very first book on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing in 2015. Now, at the time, I wasn't sure what would happen. I mean, if you put a book out there, I'd heard some people say that, it would just start selling and it would be amazing, on that side of things. But others had said, no, the Kindle Gold Rush was already behind. So I just didn't know what to expect. Well, the thing is I made so many mistakes on that book that I considered giving up self-publishing completely because the results were just so poor of what I was getting out of there. And it was mostly because I just didn't understand some things about Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. My top mistake was not understanding the importance of optimizing and finding an audience. And an audience is a group of people with a specific problem that you're in a position to help them help themselves to fix that problem. Now, it can be entertainment when it comes to fiction, or in nonfiction, finding an audience where they really are wondering and asking questions about a problem that they're experiencing, whether it's from puppy training or to my first book, it was on achieving your goals. I didn't start with the audience. I just started with something I was interested in and something that I knew I could help people with, but I didn't understand their problem completely. And so the way that I worded my description and my title and everything else was a bit of a problem because it wasn't as clear as it could have been when I first came out with the book. So I fixed these issues and began to see my sales increasing on Amazon. And at the time, it was very confusing when you're first getting started with Amazon KDP. You're trying to get into it, but it's not clear what exactly the right steps are when we're going to get our book out there. But since that point, I have moved on to other platforms, but I've seen people lose their accounts on Amazon, so I would never recommend you stay with just Amazon, though you definitely should start with them. You should not stay with them. Even in the past week, people who were doing no or low content publishing were seeing their accounts completely frozen and just taken completely off the platform. I've even seen some of the warnings they were getting. And so this is one of the reasons why putting out high quality books that people want to buy that aren't in violation of any of Amazon's terms of services is a great strategy, because we really should be not thinking about the short run, but in terms of the long game that we're going to be playing. But don't think that just because we feel that we may be following all the rules that Amazon isn't going to necessarily create problems for us. And so by being on multiple platforms, we're able to start getting sales of our books coming through. As a result, we're able to then have a lot more stability. So if something should happen on one or another platform, we're in a position to, like the legs of a chair or a stool, to make sure it's not going to tip should something happen to one of the legs. And this is something that so many authors overlook. You assume that just by putting it on Amazon, you're fine and good and well, but they can change all sorts of rules, and you're going to need to think about that. So how to publish a book on Amazon on Kindle Direct Publishing 2021? Well, the key is, the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to format your manuscript into an EPUB. Now that's a new change in 2021. Before, it needed to be a MOBI file, but no longer the case. An EPUB is plenty fine, and we're going to be using Jutoh to do that exact thing because it's just so easy, and it gets the formatting perfect so that we also will have the ability to do our paperback versions from this exact version. And the thing to remember with Jutoh is that once you have like a basic template, you can plug your book into it, and then it will just spit it out, your EPUB versions, removing all of the issues and a lot of the other problems with it. I remember when I moved from Scribner over to Jutoh, I was completely blown away. You can find my affiliate link below in the description. I use it for all of my books, and that is the reason I can tell you that it's the right choice when it comes to formatting your book. Then the second thing you need to know is that you should order your cover on Fiverr. Now you can also go to, I've seen some people discussing 99 Designs and a lot of other places. I prefer Fiverr just because I've found some people who are amazing on the platform. And in particular, if you look below in the description, you'll find a copy of the person on Fiverr I use in my affiliate link for her, and she's done many of my book covers, and I've been very excited to see the quality and the sales that have come as a result. You should never underestimate on Amazon in 2021. It is incredibly important that your cover is looking fantastic, and don't just go with anyone. Make sure you're going with somebody who's able to produce those quality covers. You can see her samples below. Just click on the link. You'll see the samples. And maybe some of those sample covers are something that will match and be wonderful for your book as well. But she makes it personalized for each and every cover that she produces. So I've been very happy with that. The other thing under point number 2 is that you need to write your description and optimize your title. Like I mentioned before, this is incredibly important on Amazon in 2021. We need to make sure that we're writing a title so it tells the benefits or the problems that we're specifically solving for our target audience. And this is something that so many authors, they think I'm going to have a clever title with some clever pictures and stuff, and this is not the way we do it. Your readers have an expectation, and our job is to deliver on what they're expecting. And so make sure you're looking at what other authors are doing with their titles and covers in your same niche, as well as looking at the best sellers in that category, and make sure that yours looks similar to the best sellers. I do not believe you should copy their covers or their titles, but it should be close, not too far off, because your readers, they actually are already telling you what they're looking for within your niche, and make sure that your title has the keywords that they're searching for. So no matter what it might be that you have in the group, the niche that you're doing, it should be very clearly flagged inside of the title. But let's move on to the secret answer of today, and that is our third answer, and it is that the secret, it is that getting your first book perfect is a terrible idea. When we're working on Amazon KDP in 2021, you do not need to have it perfect. The problem, and this is the dirty little secret that people will not tell you, so listen to me closely here, it's that your book isn't going to be perfect, and even if it were perfect, it still isn't going to sell. And the reason being is you may not have had the experience of getting a book out there and learning the skills necessary to market that book. And without those skills, both the getting a high quality book and the marketing skills, you're simply not going to have everything you need to get the sales that you're wanting to see. And that's the reason why we're going to put a lot of focus right from the beginning on getting a book out there so that we can start practicing. Just like any other skill set, it requires practice. And the goal is just get something onto Amazon that is okay or good. I've made a comment, not poor, okay or good as your first book, and then start building your audience, building your email list so that you're ready to move on to your very second book, and so on. And also, you're going to be learning in this process. Your audience will be telling you what they want. You're going to be seeing sales not even happening at all, perhaps, and that will cause you, just like I experienced, in order to figure out what exactly is the best strategy for you when it comes to getting your second book and third book out onto the market and getting those books to sell. So my question for you is, have you noticed any changes in 2021 for Amazon KDP? If you have, let me know below in the comments. I want to hear from you so I know exactly where you're coming from, and check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.